Okay, so how's everybody doing? So this is going to be a layout overview as opposed to a layout update that I did a couple of days ago. And the reason why is I never really, went over the layout. It was more of a channel update than anything, and I don't do those. That was the only one I did, and I probably won't be doing any of those anyway, really. I just wanted to, it just seemed suitable at the time, like in light of how the community is growing. But anyway, and I just want to address a couple of comments that were made in regards to, is there a track diagram? So I'm working on a PDF, boomer style drawing, right? Because I'm not super savvy with, all the latest CAD stuff and computer drawing programs. I'm a bare bones guy. I barely get by enough as it is with my production kit. But anyway, I'm going to work on that, and I'll offer that up in a future content because it's in the queue. And actually, I've already started to draft up a drawing of the track plan. So let me just give you an overview then about where we're at and some of the future content as we come to an inevitable close on this layout, which I've really grown attached to, actually. Let me just quickly summarize. I began the channel in May 2020, right? Boomer Dioramas. But I actually started this layout about a year before. And it just sort of sat until, last spring or whatever. And so it's become what it's become. And it's mostly due to a lot of you, my followers and subscribers, motivating and being interested. So it really is a huge motivating factor. Okay, then. So most of you may or may not know then that this area has kind of been done. Like there are a lot of details that can be done. It's just the nature of model railroading, like around this building here. And, we could go on and on. That's the beauty of, the model railroad. We could, there's someone mentioned a concrete block back there behind that Burlington Northern locomotive that, that should be something to consider. Like I get all that. Like I welcome all your comments and criticisms. Grass growing around this building right here. But I mean, you know how it is, right? It's sort of one thing at a time. And I like to make sort of a general pass on things and then come back and revisit, So where we're at now, we just finished the sign there, and I want to move on over to this section here. Trees, right? A lot of people have mentioned, can you do a tree tutorial? And I am working on it, but this one I got to spend a little more time on because I don't just want to just, do a standard video like everybody else. Like trees have been done 1,001 times. There's excellent channels out there and YouTube videos with tree tutorials, including Luke Tone, as you all know, and other really great modelers as well. I'm going to do a tutorial, but it's not going to be the general or a tutorial specifically about the way they do them, even though I learned from them as well. It's going to be more about the feature tree in the realm of the small shelf layout genre. Because you don't really need that many trees with a layout like this, right? Like I think, like what is there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made 7, I think, and I thought no problem, but I had to pull 2 out because it was just too crowded. And then I'm going to do a little feature tree down by that building, like down here. I want to have a small little deciduous tree, like an old apple tree, or something, right? To kind of spice this up a bit. Just one small, short foreground tree, because I don't want to block the track. I like this open look, the road, standing on the road, looking at this railroad, yard throat, or whatever you want to call it, whatever your imagination fleshes out there. And then I want to also address the grain elevator a bit more. Like some of you may or may not know, but this grain elevator is going to get repurposed on the new design, which I'll talk about just in closing here. But I want to finish the silo channel that goes under the track over there where the boxcar is. There's sort of a, where they'd push a hopper. Like you can see that I have a dual purpose spur here, right? There's the cold storage and dry storage there, and then the grain. I mean, that's all you can really do in 8 feet. And it seems to work good here in terms of an operation. I really like it. And then as you know, the shops lead sort of becomes an industry lead for the grain elevator. I kind of wished I would have ran that spur off the main, sort of directly inward. I guess I could have put a crossing there. But I don't like crossings. If I don't find them to be overly prototypical in a situation like this. And there I go again, right, with the whimsical versus the prototypical. But that's just the the gray area that we all fudge and apply with artistic license, modeling license, whatever. It is what it is. And then I want to address this backdrop area too, because I've mentioned about that and stoked the flames a little bit on that. I'm sorry for those of you that might feel, oh, geez, I thought he was going to do that. Now he moved on to something else. I'm just learning to try to balance out the content to serve everybody's interest. Like I know everybody's, like some people like to see trains run, some people like the how-tos and the tutorials. So I'm still learning that game. So thank you for your patience there. Now, in terms of the new design, that's on the back of my mind once I get this area done right here. The ugly end of the layout. We all have one of those, don't we? Anyway, but when I get this done, what am I going to do, right? Like, I just can't imagine taking this down. I mean, it'll strike like a movie set. And then packing everything away and then standing this, layout base up in a closet. Oh my goodness. I've really grown emotionally attached to this layout. Anyway, we'll see how it is, but I do have another design. The maquette is up here, right? So we'll see how that goes. I still want to do it, and I'm planning on it. And like I say, the grain elevator will get repurposed. I'll redo this intersection probably, and then maybe a small class yard. And the SRY shop's what I really want to do in this kind of style. Let me just show you the lighting for a second. It's just basically cheap 2 fluorescent daylight tubes. Somebody was asking about it. This aperture, shadow box aperture right here is only 9 inches. This is 2.5, I think, and then this is about 6. So it's about 18 inches total, right? From here to here. And it's 8 feet long, right? And 16 inches deep. With the 2-foot staging, I'll just show you that in closing down here. Which is nothing really to look at, right? But here it is. Okay. And it works. It's all I need is 2 feet, You can roll in any locomotive from here or even 6 axles. And it's kind of neat because, you're sort of immersed in this scene here and this is your world. So you can, I would call this kind of a yardy kind of, yard throat, kind of small, short line kind of feel. So a lot of possibilities are here. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope that gives you a general overview of what's going on with Glover Road Diorama right now and the direction I'm going with it. I have a tutorial for this tanker. Painting your favorite tanker with no remorse, and I kind of like it because I kind of made a few mistakes that I left in there, and I show you how I fix them. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode.